Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, California man attempts airplane selling scam. Joe Henry Engle flies west. B-29 docked to be at Decatur Airport's wings and wheels. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. California man attempts airplane selling scam. A 28-year-old man residing in Concord, California is out on bail after being arrested in connection with an attempted theft of multiple airplanes from the Buchanan Field Airport, KCCR. Police have charged the man with 6 felonies, including attempted grand theft and attempted fraud. The story began when a local owner got wind of his aircraft being advertised for sale, which took him by surprise since he knew nothing about it, nor had he authorized it. Police have said they found video footage of the suspect accessing aircraft at Buchanan Field. He was also in possession of several aircraft keys, as well as documents relating to aircraft transactions. The Contra Costa Sheriff's Office reported that other aircraft owners were identified who had similar experiences. They followed the information and traced it back to the suspect, who claimed he was an aircraft broker assisting pilots with sales and purchases of aircraft. Police think they understand what the man was trying to do. They have an idea that he contacted airplane owners posing as a potential buyer. He asked them detailed questions about the aircraft and used the information to create and post fake ads online about the airplane. The ads had asking prices well below market value. Police theorize that the suspect intended to sell the airplanes he didn't own to unsuspecting buyers, take the money, and disappear. After the break, Boeing delivers 44 commercial aircraft in June.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Boeing delivers 44 commercial aircraft in June. Boeing's 44 aircraft deliveries in June were the most since the 737 MAX production slowdown following the blowout of a door plug on an Alaska Airlines flight in January. The deliveries included 35 of the 737 family, all MAX models save one P-8 military variant. Others were 5 777 cargo carriers and 3 787 Dreamliners. One 767 went to its defense division for conversion into an aerial tanker. The good news for Boeing was overshadowed by the 67 jet deliveries by rival Airbus. Cessna Caravan gains STC for dual camera ports and underbody pod. Butler National subsidiary Avcon Industries has been granted an STC for the Cessna 208B that offers dual Avcon camera ports and the firm's special mission pod modification. The changes provide about 80 cubic feet of space inside the fuselage-mounted cargo pod, which can be devoted towards another suite of sensors, cameras, and radar with a full 360-degree sweep. Of course, Avcon made sure their pod modifications would be compatible with their own dual-camera ports, letting customers equip their Caravan with a full suite of visual sensors, along with whatever LiDAR they prefer. Ukraine to begin receiving F-16 fighter jets. The transfer of F-16 Fighting Falcon multi-role fighter aircraft to Ukraine has begun, with the Netherlands and Denmark sending the fighters as they upgrade their own air forces to the F-35. A joint statement issued by Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof, Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, and President Joe Biden stated the nations are committed to, quote, further enhancing Ukraine's air capabilities, which will include squadrons of modern fourth-generation F-16 multi-role aircraft, end quote. Mexican demo tour a success for Bell 505. A Bell 505 helicopter configured for public safety or a parapublic deployment recently completed a successful demonstration tour of Mexico with Bell pilot Scott Mahone at the controls, supported by Regional Sales Manager Jose Manuel Prats. They displayed the aircraft to 20 potential customers in 11 Mexican states. Bell's managing director for Latin America, John Ramos, said, quote, "We are thrilled with the success of the Bell 505 demo tour and are eager to see the growth of the 505s used in Latin America," end quote. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Joe Henry Engle flies west. The industry is paying tribute to USAF Major General Joe Henry Engle, who passed away July 10, 2024. Engle always had a passion to fly, but he got his start when he got to the University of Kansas, where he spent summers sweeping hangars at Cessna. His boss recognized his passion and began teaching and mentoring him about airplanes. Engle graduated with a degree in aeronautical engineering and a commission in the ROTC. The commission got him accepted to flight school at George Air Force Base in California. Amy Spowert, NAA president and CEO, explained, quote, "From then on, Joe's career reads like a Hollywood movie. At fighter pilot training, he caught the attention of Chuck Yeager, who championed Joe's assignment to the X-15 program. In 1965, Joe flew the X-15 to an altitude of 280,600 feet and became the youngest astronaut pilot. The next year, he was a natural choice for NASA as the only candidate with spaceflight experience," end quote. Engle trained for the Apollo program but never made it to the moon. Instead, he pivoted to NASA's next big program, the Space Shuttle. He was one of the crews launched from a modified Boeing 747 and conducted approach and landing tests in the Shuttle Enterprise. In 1981, he commanded the second flight of the shuttle, Columbia. After these messages, B-29 docked to be at Decatur Airport's Wings and Wheels.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
I grew up in an aviation family. My dad flew airplanes and flew air shows actually, so ever since I was 3 years old, the only thing I've ever wanted to do was be an air show pilot. It's cliche, but I get to live my dream every single day. I'm currently using the Hartzell Talon, the new aerobatic propeller. It's increased the performance of the airplane. It's made the harmonics balance throughout the airplane so much better. By far the best aerobatic propeller that I've ever flown behind.
Welcome back. B-29 docked to be at Decatur Airport's Wings and Wheels. The Wings and Wheels event at Decatur Airport, KDEC, in Decatur, Illinois, was recently added to the B-29 Dock's History Restored Tour schedule. The event will be held August 3rd through 4th. Dock will arrive at the airport on August 1st and will be available for rides on August 2nd through 4th. The historic aircraft will also be available for guests to tour the interior and cockpit by climbing inside through the forward bomb bay doors. There, they'll get to look around inside of one of the only 2 B-29 Super Fortresses still flying today. Decatur Airport Director Tim Wright said, quote, "Dock's appearance at the event is bound to be a significant draw for aviation enthusiasts and history lovers alike. Seeing this historic aircraft in person will be a unique and unforgettable experience, and we are excited to have the opportunity to offer this to all our guests at the Wings and Wheels event." End quote. Josh Wells, B29 Dock Executive Director, explained the significance of the tour, saying, quote, "The B29 Dock History Restored Tour provides unique, one-of-a-kind access to the type of airplane that helped deliver the end of World War II in the Pacific against Japan for the Allied forces." End quote. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.